Hello, everyone. I usually talk about Bitcoin and psychedelics. But today I want to talk about something even trippier. I want to talk about the importance of Bitcoin for the future of human civilization. My name is Ioni Appelberg. I am a YouTuber, author, and medical doctor. And today we're exploring this fascinating topic. Bitcoin is Kardashev Type 1 money, and why this is a huge, huge, huge deal. Let's start with some history. In 1964, a grand measure of civilizations was proposed by Soviet astrophysicist Nikolai Kardashev, the Kardashev scale. The Kardashev scale is a three-tiered system that classifies civilizations based on their technological sophistication and energy consumption. So let's go through them. A Type 1 civilization is planetary. They control everything from the weather and volcanic activity to tectonic plate movements and the planet's orbit. But the defining trait is that they harness every single watt of energy that their host star generously bestows upon their planet. They control all of the energy accessible on the planet. A Type 2 civilization is stellar. And these civilizations, they truly fascinate me. The Type 2 civilizations, they, in contrast to Type 1 civilization, harness the total energy output of their host star. Not just energy that reaches their planet, but all of the energy that exists on their planet and is produced by their star. And they do this using technology like Dyson spheres. A Dyson sphere is a theoretical megastructure that encapsulates an entire star, seizing all of its energy, proposed by physicist Freeman Dyson in the 1960s. When we look for life in the cosmos, we can either look for biosignatures or technosignatures. A biosignature would be something like oxygen, carbon dioxide, or methane, organic molecules in the exoplanet's atmosphere. Or we can look for technosignature, and a technosignature would be something like a Dyson sphere. And you can see I proposed the sign of one here. The Type 2 civilizations, they have extended their reach beyond their home planet. They have colonized every planet in their solar system, and they have the extraordinary capability to extract energy, data, and raw material, not just from every planet in their solar system, but from multiple star systems. Meaning, these civilizations, they travel between the stars. They influence the universe on a star cluster scale, mastering the art of not just stellar engineering and interstellar travel. Imagine when we can do that. But they can also terraform distant planets. As a techno-optimist, these civilizations give me goosebumps. As a human being, frankly, they terrify me. At the height of the Kardashev scale are the Type 3 civilizations, and they are galactic. They control an entire galaxy. All of the stars and all of the planets within. And they have enough energy to traverse the galactic space lanes, to control black holes and play with quasars. Now, let me clarify one thing here. When I say that a particular civilization does something, like a Type 1 civilization controls tectonic plate movements, or a Type 2 civilization builds Dyson spheres, or a Type 3 civilization controls black holes, I'm not saying that these civilizations actually do these things. These civilizations, should they exist, by definition where they are on the Kardashev scale, possess enough energy to do these things. Yeah? Good. So now to the important part. What about our civilization? Where do we stand on the Kardashev scale? Well, our civilization still has a considerable journey ahead to reach even the status of a Type 1 civilization, but we are gradually advancing. Every civilization rests on two fundamental technologies: energy control and communication. We progress socially, economically, and technologically by advancing our communication tools. Imagine a world without roads, without ships, without airplanes, without postal services or the internet, and without monetary networks. And it becomes abundantly clear that our civilization rests on these communication tools. We need road, ships, and airplanes to move goods, services, and people. We need postal services and the internet to move information. And we need monetary networks to move value. Yeah? Our current placement on the Kardashev scale is modest, perhaps even underwhelming. We remain a type 0 civilization, barely scratching the surface with a score of 0.6. The ascent to type 1 status, despite appearing to be a small leap of just 0.4 points, is deceptively monumental. Given the logarithmic nature of the Kardashev scale, the transition to type 1 status demands a staggering 10,000-fold amplification of our current energy consumption. Not a doubling, not a tripling, a 10,000-fold amplification. It's quite hard to imagine. But we are gradually advancing. We have begun to introduce type 1 technologies into our world. And as we have begun to introduce type 1 technology into our world, we are now on the verge of embarking on a journey up the Kardashev scale. And our first type 1 technology is the internet. The internet marked a new phase of the human civilization because it is our first type 1 technology. It revolutionized global information and information exchange. But why is the internet a type 1 technology where, say, a toaster is not? I'm sure super advanced civilizations enjoy toast as much as the next one. Well, it's because the internet is fundamentally a planetary technology meant for global information exchange. And it makes sense that the internet is our first type 1 technology because of how important information exchange is to the advancement of civilization. We can't build a society if we can't talk. That's the story of the Tower of Babel. And we can't become a type 1 civilization if we can't talk on a planetary scale like a type 1 civilization. If you look at this image, this is the internet. The internet is a megastructure deployed in the oceans. Some people think the internet exists in the routers. Some people think it exists in the air. Some people think it exists in space. But the internet is a megastructure deployed in the oceans. One of the greatest human endeavors ever undertaken. And when we look at this image, it becomes immediately clear that the internet is a planetary technology, a Kardashev type 1 technology. Yeah. And shortly after the emergence of the internet, we saw the birth of yet another transformative planetary technology, and that is Bitcoin. Bitcoin is our most recent advancement in communication technologies. It is a technology that lets us send value from person to person across the entire globe in cyberspace without the need for a third trusted party. And this has never existed before. It is a major leap in the evolution of human civilization. It is a major leap in the evolution of human civilization. And why is money important? Money is the lifeblood of civilization. It is a magical technology. It is a technology that lets you store and safeguard the value of your labor in a token that you can move in time and space. This blows my mind. It is a technology that lets us foster cooperation. It's a technology that lets us coordinate our resources and orchestrate the global workforce. It's a technology that fosters cooperation across continents and generations. It is a fundamental tool to how we evolve as a civilization. And Bitcoin and the internet elevate these processes. What we have done for value with the internet, we have now done. What we have done for information with the internet, we have now done for value with Bitcoin. And Bitcoin elevates these processes to a global scale, to a planetary scale, to the level of a Kardashev Type 1 civilization. Now, the transition from where we are today to the next stage of civilization, and even beyond, perhaps becoming the gods of the cosmos, that might appear fantastical. But we could become a Type 1 civilization in a century. We could become a Type 2 civilization in a few millennia. And we could become a Type 3 civilization in just a few 100,000 years. In the grand theater of cosmic time, that is but a blink of an eye. If we can become a Type 3 civilization in a few 100,000 years, a Type 3 civilization, that is a civilization that controls an entire galaxy in a few 100,000 years. That is in less time than we have already been around to roam the earth as Homo sapiens. Then who knows what lies beyond? Who knows? But I can tell you this for sure. Our destiny is not grounded in the dust of our agrarian past, but is instead found among the stars. Now, Bitcoin is the bridge from where we are today to the next stage of civilization. We are not going to become a Type 1 civilization using dollars and euros. It's just not going to happen. In order to become a Type 1 civilization, a planetary civilization, we need a monetary technology that allows us to coordinate our resources and orchestrate the global workforce and foster cooperation across continents and generations like a Type 1 civilization. If you want to become a 2000 ELO rated chess player, you have to play chess like a 2000 ELO rated chess player. That is the nature of advancement. We are not going to become a Type 1 civilization unless we actually develop the technology to do so. But now, when we use the dollars to cosplay Type 1 money, sending them across our imaginary borders, we're just LARPing. But Bitcoin, on the other hand, is true planetary money because it is network-centric. It is open. It is neutral. And it is fundamentally a planetary technology meant for global information exchange. The dollar, on the other hand, is hierarchically organized. It is closed. It is excluding. And it is centralized. And as such, it would pose more problems to a Type 1 civilization than it would provide opportunities and solutions. Yep. So now that we have Bitcoin, we have a monetary network that is truly planetary. 4 billion people are currently excluded from the global economic apparatus. That's half the human population not participating in the global economy. But when that other half joins the internet and the Bitcoin network, it will be the single greatest economic infusion in the history of our species, leading to an unprecedented growth in our economy and our technology. But Bitcoin doesn't just improve the economy. Bitcoin is an entirely new kind of economy. And hear me clearly when I say this, please. Bitcoin is an entirely new kind of economic operating system, a planetary economic operating system with an inbuilt hyperconnectivity that connects the entire human race on a single, open and neutral monetary network that uses money that cannot be corrupted to spy on you, and that cannot be corrupted to steal from you, and that cannot be corrupted to fund wars. Bitcoin is Kardashev type 1 money. Zoom out and try to see how important this is for the future trajectory of humankind. Thank you.